Here we have our urn, which has rocks that actually came from the beaches. They're kind of stained with rust on them because we had them in a waterfall creation that we had made, and over time they got this rusty look to them. And you can see that I've got some different seashells in here around the outside, and we've got our alligator over there, or crocodile, and Richard and Emily gave us these nice flowers for Mother's Day. And then I added this little guy from Dollarama. I'm not sure if it was $2.75, something like that. Just recently bought it. Oh, you can see if the wind catches it, it does spin. It's not really windy at the moment, but it is spinning, trying to spin a little bit. And then for $4.25, I believe it was, I got this solar light, also from Dollarama. I need to repaint this stand, but we got this a while ago, back when we were in Ontario still, we bought it. And this is actually sort of an area that's a tribute to my mother. We had given her this as she was a very good gardener, loved to grow flowers and all of her own food. And you can see this guy has the little carrots down there. So this was actually something that we had given to her years ago, and it was in her house. And so now I have it here. And then here, when Mom passed away, we got this butterfly ball to remember her by. We do have fairy lights in this tree. You can't see them too well right now, but they light up at night. And then this, like a gazing ball down here with the dragonflies on it, that lights up really nice at night. Looks very pretty. Probably should have it up on a stand or something so people notice it more, but I'm sure they see it as it is. And here's another one of those hooks with the bird on it, and another one of the Dollarama lights. And then we picked this little fella up at the hardware store in Whistler. He needs another coat of paint. I'm afraid he's kind of chippy, but we thought he was kind of cute. You can see that he's dreaming about fish. And there he is. There's another one of these birds that we have two of. And then there's a piece of driftwood right there. And then over here, another piece of driftwood with another one of the hooks that has the bird on it. Another one of the Dollarama lights in a different color. And another one of the little gnomes or elves or whatever they are that sits on the swing from Dollarama. Here's our driftwood man that, like I said, we bought the man as you see the body of it, but we added that head to it. We found this piece of driftwood on the beach and it looked exactly like you see it. We didn't alter it in any way, and we thought that looked like his mouth right there. So we thought it was kind of cool that it was perfect for this, and it really is. Anyway, this is what he looks like. We've got a couple of little gnomes down here. This one's mooning the other guy, who looks like he's in shock. He's like, oh my God, what am I seeing? At this bare gnome butt over here. And this little piece of driftwood here, we altered it a little bit, but not a lot. It already sort of looked like a little dragon's head. So we added that as like a cane that the driftwood man is holding on to. Got these two little guys sitting on either side of the front door. We got the surfing guy, and this guy's just like waving, I guess. He's got his sunglasses on, so they're both very summery. And then on the door is one of the wreaths that I made. my Hello Summer wreath, which has little palm trees on it. Pair of sunglasses here. Some little sandals. Another pair of sunglasses. Another pair of sandals. The Hello Summer sign. And I put this nice tulle around the outside of the burlap mesh. I thought it came out really cute. Dave likes it too. Here we've got another one of the hooks with the bird on it. And that light there, I'm not sure whether that one's still working. Like I say, they might need new solar batteries. I'll have to go and see if I can pick some up and see if that'll fix them, because those were really nice lights when we first got them. And then this is our piece of driftwood here. And then over here is my bike with all of my flowers in it. It could use a repaint too, but sometimes that gives it character. Over here we have our dining table and chairs. Could use new cushions, but we haven't gotten it yet. Well, I'm waiting for a sale. And our area rug. And this was the solar light, and the solar part of it stopped working. And we just went and bought one of the little solar lights from Dollar Tree and put it in there, and it works fine. And then over here we've got our two little froggies at the bottom. Here on the back deck we've got a nice urn with some wave petunias in it, which are looking really nice on the little table. And then over here we've got our table with our barbecue on it. It's just a small barbecue, but it's all we need for the two of us. And then over here another table with another matching urn and more wave petunias. On the back deck we've also got our table with our two chairs that we can sit out on. In all honesty, we don't sit on them a whole lot because it can be very noisy with traffic back here. You can probably hear some of it as we speak, but believe me, it can be a lot louder than this when you get motorcycles and loud trucks and cars. That was a fairly loud truck right there, but even that one is nothing compared to some of the ones that go by. So we don't sit out here a whole lot, but we can if we want to. This is an interesting creation that Dave and I made. It's made out of sea lion bones and a piece of driftwood. There's the driftwood there, and then that's a sea lion bone there, and that there is a shoulder blade, I believe, of a sea lion, and these are rib bones. We found it at one of the local beaches and made it into this. We bought this metal bird a few years back from Dollarama, I would imagine. And we added a piece of driftwood down at the very bottom to sort of hold it up. Kind of interesting. This driftwood has a lot of interesting features to it. We have this bird over in the corner. We've had him for a little while. And down here we have a piece of driftwood, kind of interesting. And over here we've got this big metal bird. We brought it from Ontario, and we've never actually painted it. We kind of like its rustic appearance. And like I say, it's a crazy thing to bring all the way from Ontario to BC, but we liked it enough that we brought it. On the fence we have this little bird here, more than likely from Dollarama. And we've got our big sun. I forget where we got that from now. And we have another bird over here. Down here we have an interesting piece of driftwood. And just behind that is a little lighthouse. Doesn't light up anymore. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. Maybe it just needs a battery, or maybe it just doesn't want to work anymore. I don't know. Over here we've got my little squirrel sign. Doesn't currently have anything on it at the moment. It used to have something written on it at one time. And over here we've got my 3 stainless steel balls and the other big metal bird that matches the other one I already showed. Over here we've got a pair of birdies. And over here we have a birdhouse which is getting very rustic looking. It's we've had it for quite a while now and it's getting pretty rusty. Maybe a good coat of rust paint would help it. Over here we've got a nice decorative hook that is in a piece of driftwood. And we got this at Dollarama years ago. I don't know if they carry them anymore though. It's got the cute little bird on it. And I just picked up these lights from Dollarama. I believe they were $4.25, I think. We've had these metal birds for a while too. I forget where we got them from. They're kind of cool, and we have a pair of those. We have another one of the bird hooks with another one of the Dollarama solar lights and one of the little Dollarama gnomes or elves or whatever they're supposed to be on a swing, and it's on a piece of driftwood. Over here we have another piece of driftwood and an actual moment of silence when nothing's driving by. That's rare. You can actually hear the birds. Going up the pole we have a solar light up there, and we have my 2 bears in a canoe. I'll try and show you those. Here they are. The bears are from Dollarama. We coated them, so hopefully they'll be able to withstand the elements a little better, because they normally do not. The canoe has a little anchor on it, and you can see that I made up fishing poles for the 2 bears. The little fishies on them. Here they are from this side, the 2 little bears with their fishing poles and their fish, and a little froggy hanging onto the side. I guess he must want to get in there. And there's the oars to the canoe hanging off the side. Dave bought me this guy a few years back when we were still in Ontario. He bought this guy for me for Mother's Day. You can see he's already caught a big fish, and he's trying to catch another one in the bird bath. And you can see that we added 2 little birds that we glued on to the side of the bird bath. Here we have another of the nice hooks with the bird on it, and another one of the Dollarama solar lights. And down here we have this little bear who's sleeping, and we got him up in Whistler at the hardware store in Function Junction, and he's dreaming about fish. Over here we have another piece of driftwood with another one of the little swinging elves, and another one of the Dollarama solar lights on another one of the decorative hooks. I just finished this yesterday. I used the blue tarp that I just recently hauled to make water, because it didn't look right when it just had mulch. It just didn't look like it was water. So I bought the little tarp, to make water. Down here we've got the little house from Dollarama. I'm not sure where I got the gnomes. I've had them for a while. Probably Dollarama or Dollar Tree. I just added the solar light that's next to the house, and I made the little path that leads from the house over to where you walk up to the lighthouse. You look out into the water, you can see this rock that has an octopus on it. And then over here, there's another rock with a mermaid on it. Down here, there are a pair of boats moored at the pathway that goes up to the lighthouse. And over here, there's a rock with a seahorse on it. And then when you look at the lighthouse, there's a little elf or a gnome standing by the door. And when you scan up, you see that there's another little elf hanging off of the lighthouse. So there it is.
Bonus here, Edger.
Yeah.
You guys see the sea all through the East Coast.